Hello and welcome to the second day of the AI Summit London. My name is Max Smolaks, editor at AI Business, the online publication dedicated to artificial intelligence, and I'm talking to John Trembley, who's the Vice President of Marketing at Evolv AI. Hello, John.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. And for viewers who are not familiar with Evolv, what is it that you guys do?
Yeah, we're an AI-driven optimization and personalization platform, and our goal is to improve the user experience and improve the outcomes. So, it might be a conversion, it might be average order value, it might be retention, basically anything that you would do through a digital channel like a website or a mobile app or a kiosk.
Yes. And what is the challenge you're trying to solve in sort of like in the wider customer experience space?
Yeah, well, customer experience has really been redefined, especially the last 18 months or so, what happens digitally especially. It's very interesting because there's a lot of studies now that show that customer experience actually trumps price or even the service itself, meaning if you can have a positive customer experience that connects with that audience, they're more willing to purchase something. In fact, they're willing to pay a premium. They are willing to buy more things on the spot. So really that customer experience has become essential to how a business can succeed digitally. The issue is it keeps changing. Customer preferences, trends, government mandates about you got to be in lockdown and you want to now use things like curbside pickup and things like that. It's a very fluid environment. So you have to be able to react, you have to be able to adapt, you have to be able to continuously optimize to those different challenges.
Mm-hmm. And when you're delivering sort of like your capabilities, how do you do it? Is it software? Is it a service? Is it something else?
Yeah, so we're a software as a service platform, and it does come with a lot of expert services because one of the challenges is many of the companies out there don't have that expertise or they can't afford to hire an army of data scientists and all these things. When you see companies that have been very successful with experimentation programs and optimizing the customer experience, they either have huge amounts of resources or they've spent a fortune building a collection of systems, and that's just not in the reach of many companies. So what we've done with our software as a service platform is really automate a lot of what needs to happen there. It's very, very quick to implement, doesn't really require any work from the team once it's in there, and again, where it makes sense for those clients, we'll run the experimentation program. We'll feed lots of new ideas and gauge how well it's performing and continue to drive towards their business objectives.
Okay, so there's like an element of consultancy, right?
Yeah, consultancy and even managed services. Well, we'll run the program on their behalf if that's what they want.
Okay, brilliant. So many options to deploy this.
Yes.
And if somebody is looking at their customer experience and they're thinking, well, how can I jazz it up? How can I make it better over the next 12 months? What should I, particularly kind of place an emphasis on? What would your recommendation be?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things going on. Personalization is all the rage right now, and even here at the conference we talk a lot about it, and we really believe that personalization has to take better root into everything that we do, because optimizing the customer experience is not about sort of finding that baseline. It's important, right? You want to kind of establish a common denominator across a large population of users. But after that, if you want to continue to grow, you got to get more and more personalized. You got to start tapping into the different aspects of what different customers are looking for. So some of it is behavior driven, some of it is goal driven. Different people have different objectives for coming to a website. Take a mobile operator. Some people are brand new, so they're shopping for their first device. Some people are existing clients. They already have a device, but maybe you have an opportunity to upsell them accessories and things like that. So they're different journeys. And personalization means understanding the goal of those journeys, the intent that this particular visitor has, and optimizing the experience against that. So for us, it's all about using continuous optimization to personalize based on intent. And one of the things that's really interesting, and I think a lot of companies just need to get on board and embrace, is to get rid of cookies. And it's one of the interesting things that we hear out there, because you think, well, personalization means cookies, so how's that going to work with third-party cookies going away, and even first-party cookies starting to get blocked by some of the browsers like Safari on Apple, and Google's delayed some of their implementation of that. You don't need cookies. Cookies is I know it's heresy, isn't it? No, you really don't need cookies. Cookies are a very dated concept. And when it comes to personalization, for the most part, cookies carry demographic information, which, I think we fooled ourselves into thinking that knowing that you're a man or a woman or a black person or middle-aged or elderly somehow defines the experience. It's really not that useful. What's far more useful is intent. What is it that we think you're trying to do? How did you come into this particular journey? And then personalizing the experience based on that understood intent and looking at somebody who had a similar intent that successfully got through the journey that you wanted. And now for this new visitor, say, oh, their intent looks just like this other person. So now let's personalize their experience using what we learned from this prior visitor. That is the secret to optimizing and personalizing the experience. You don't need cookies to do that at all.
Okay, no. And as a potential customer, this sounds brilliant. So good luck in your work. I hope we're going to see you again at the AI Summit, and enjoy the show.
Max, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.